Hi. So, let me turn on a little mood music, because what we about to talk about could be kind of touchy for people. Well, not me, but I know some people would be touchy about this subject. And the subject is hair and um, textures of hair that black people tend to have. Not this black people aren't the only ones with hair like that, but hair, what I do, my hair story. We're gonna make this about me, my hair story, and things I would suggest, yada 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 yada. So, weaves. Um, I used to hate them. Believe it or not, I used to hate weaves. And I have hair. You're looking at it. This is the top length of my hair right now. Um, my hair naturally is a really nice grade of hair. It's not coarse, it's soft, it's very soft. It's kind of wavy, and it's thick and bushy though. And it it doesn't quite grow into an afro for real. I have a lot of hair too. I have a lot. And I'm sorry I didn't get to do a video of it. I will try and post pictures, but I have beneath this is an afro that's like this. It's a big afro, and it's kind of floppy. I haven't had a perm in, I'd say, about 18 months. And why is that? I got my first perm when I was like 13. I was 12 or 13. I got my first perm, and I just, I'm one of those people who could probably go permless, kind of. If I trained my hair to be straight and kept my hair pressed and stuff, I could probably go permless. But my mother put a perm in my hair, nothing against her or anything. Like, that's what we just did. Like, that's just how it goes. And the thing is, my hair is so soft that I can't continuously get a perm. I know people who get a perm every 60 weeks. And if I did that, I would be bald-headed. Okay? I would be bald-headed. Because I taking care of my hair and learning how to take care of my own hair and stuff. No. So, I, as a child, had very long hair, very long, wavy hair, like this, just like this. Um, and by the time I was like 16 and having all those perms and stuff, there started to be some damage, and I probably should have done it then, but I wasn't as secure with myself as I am now. And when you're 16, you just not thinking like that. You want to be cute, so I probably should have cut it then, and I was getting my hair done. I actually hate getting my hair done. It's very hard for me. But I used to get my hair done and all types of stuff, but keeping up with perms is so hard. And going to the shop all the time is so hard, and like me taking care of my hair and not really knowing how, and just a lot of stuff. Like, I should have cut my hair or some of it then. But I waited, and it got a little, I went heat free for like almost a year though. I did like the curly thing. I used to pull it back in a bun. It was like sitting on top of my head, heat free. I'm talking no perm. The only issue with that is I didn't really know how to comb it out. So don't comb your hair out while it's wet for real. You can, like, if you have like straight hair, or if it's damp, like, you can do it. But if you don't have like straight hair for real, I wouldn't personally suggest combing out your hair while it's wet, because I feel like the hair is springy and will break. I know mine will. I don't know about everybody else's. And also with just the perm damage, it changes the texture of my hair. And nothing against perms. I think they work great on some people. But I feel like the majority of people don't take care of their hair 100%. And if you have a perm, you can't take care of your hair no less than like 90%. You gotta really take care of your hair. And I think for the age that I was when I got one, I didn't really know how to take care of my hair. Now I do. And that's just funny because I don't wear my own hair. So how did I get into weaves and stuff? So I basically started wearing like pieces, like a track or two, like only like 1 or 2 tracks. So I was comfortable with the length of my hair. Having been a child and having long hair, and then going to like being like here was difficult for me, but like my hair was like here, and I'm used to it being down my back. Difficult for me, but I got used to it, and I kind of was like, I started to come into my own with that, accepting myself, and hair grows back, you all. I don't know why. I wasn't insecure about it, but like I feel like the way I was like approached about it and stuff like made me insecure. Anyways, I'm not an insecure person either, so this is just bizarre. So, anyways, going back. So, my senior year in high school, like around prom, I started wearing like pieces, like a track or two, like clip-ins for fullness and a little bit of length. And it was pretty cool. It worked for me, and um, yeah, it was really working for me. It was a cute look. And it's like after prom, I just never took the tracks out. And so then, I started school, at college, and I think college is when I learned really how to do makeup. I could never not do makeup, but like I started wearing makeup for real. Before I was looking eyeliner, like simple eyeshadows, a light foundation, mascara, lip gloss kind of person. Now I'm like eyeshadows everywhere. I know how to put on foundation with all these different stuff. I know how to blend out. I got all these different brushes. I did not always have that. So I've always been into makeup, and not like I didn't really know how to like use it and apply it and manipulate it for me. But anyways, same thing with hair. I feel like when you go away to school, you really learn about your hair and what you can do with it, what you can't do with it. You experiment with all types of stuff. So I actually learned how to do my hair. I learned a lot of things about hair. Only thing is, I didn't know it at the time, but my hair was so damaged and broken off from putting heat on it almost every day. And I try not to, but from putting heat on it almost every day, it really did a number on my hair. And I didn't know how to wrap it. Black women, you know what I'm talking about, you can wrap your hair. And I actually suggest every woman wraps her hair. If you have, like, really fine hair, you might want to consider wrapping it. I'm not even kidding. And I know it definitely cuts down time in the morning when your hair is wrapped. Like, I just took this was wrapped. If I wanted to, if I was in a rush and late for class, and didn't want to, like, kind of touch up the side right here, it's a little wavy, I could go to class. I would not have a problem with it. I could go to class like this. So in that regard, like my hair is pretty cool. But I didn't know how to wrap my hair, and I just put heat on all the time. My hair is very damaged. And also, I wasn't getting perms. Like, if I wasn't getting them consistently, I really wasn't getting them. What happens when you have a perm and you don't take care of it, and your hair starts to grow and you get new growth, is it will break off. Well, mine would break off, and a lot of people's will break off at the new growth site. Because it looks something like, I'm going to draw a picture for you. It looks something like this. Can you see that? Yeah. Like that curly portion is like the new growth, and the other portion right here is where it's permed, and it seems to break off at that meeting point. Like, just because the hair is different, and it's just a break off point. Like, if you're brushing it real quick, it's a break off point. So I started to get really comfortable with clip-ins, and I like started to become a clip-in crazy. Like, wouldn't take them out. Like, I just was like crazy about my clip-ins and stuff. And that doesn't really work so well. That's about all I can say about that. That lasted for a year. And then somebody kind of turned me on, and I was kind of curious about it. And after watching YouTube videos, after I'm getting into makeup and stuff, then I looked at glue-ins. Now, glue-in weaves. I'm not against them. I am not against them, because when I did my glue-in, I used to do my own. I only had a mishap one time, but I did my own glue-in, And my hair did grow a little bit. It did grow a little bit with the glue in. The only thing is I was used to gluing for somebody who has a perm, and maybe someone who's only doing like a piece in the front you're trying to glue in, or a piece in the back you're trying to glue in. Because otherwise, your hair is between the tracks. And I've been trying to think of like a better way for it, like, because I want to like think of a better way to do glue-ins. I personally am not going back. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I was trying to think of a better way to do glue-ins, and I feel like if you like maybe cornrowed your hair like you do before you get a sew-in, and then glued around it, low-key, like a loose cornrow or something like that, low-key that might be better for your hair, almost like a sew-in but a glue-in. Anyways, but I've only had a mishap with that once, and the thing that most people have a mishap with is the glue removal. I actually watched how to remove it, and if you lay the track down right, removing it shouldn't be an issue. It should actually lift, and you shouldn't have a whole lot of glue on your hair. But if you get willy-nilly with the gluing and don't know how to lift the hair and stuff right, it will kind of get stuck with gluing your hair. Now, I would section my hair off and go very thin, track by track by track, fill it in, add in pieces in the front. I like to have a thick bang. I have a thin one now, but I used to like to have a thick bang. And actually, most of the time, my bangs were all mine. My bangs are actually very thick themselves. But the only thing about my bangs is they grow the fastest, but they have also a lot of damage because I also, my freshman year of college, dyed my hair a few times. But that's different. I told you be experimenting, and I like to keep a little color in the front of my hair a little bit. But that's different. That's neither here nor there. That's a different story itself. Anyways, but it's just the way you do it. Like, if you lay it down right, it should come right up. And I know I used to put the remover in, go do something, wrap it up a little bit, and when you take it down, like, I know the tracks would just kind of peel off, like just fall off in my hand. And that was pretty cool. It would just lift. And if you use a thin layer glue, it shouldn't be an issue. They might slide if you're going to a party or something, but for the most part, glue never really messed me up. It only messed me up once, and it was because I had put too much glue in on some tracks, and it made my whole head gluey. And I tried to remove it with the remover, and it damaged my hair. But I went to the salon, thankfully, that day, and she took all the glue out my hair. And she, like, combed it out. Like, she combed my hair out. I hadn't had a perm in so long, and, like, my hair was so short and, like, curly. My afro was like this. It wasn't as big as it is now. My afro is like this now. But, like, my hair's grown, like, significantly since I started doing sew-ins. So, this is what I'm going to say. If you are trying to grow your hair out, I would strongly suggest sew-ins. You can wash them. You don't have to worry about glue. And it will last for 3 months, sometimes a little more. And you can reuse the hair. You can reuse the hair. If you take care of the hair, you should be able to reuse the hair. I intend to reuse this. This is expensive hair. And I'm going to reuse it. Cornrowing your hair up, even though when people think of braids, they think of their hair breaking off. I'll talk about that too. But when it's cornrowed, actually it's one of the best ways to grow back your hair. You aren't putting no heat on it. It's wrapped up. You can wash in between it. All you have to do is make sure your scalp is moisturized. And I actually don't put a lot of oil on my scalp anymore. When I was just wearing my hair and I was a kid and it was just like, you know, braided or whatever, I had to have an oil on my hair. My hair will dry out. But for the most part, I personally, like wearing a sew-in and stuff, don't put a lot of hair oils or anything on it. I might put a light bit, like something real light, like a sheet or something, do this and go. I don't put much on my hair. I might put some beeswax on my edges, but the way my edges are now, don't have to. I just don't do it. I don't. And it's cool with me. Like, I just don't do it. I have edges I like to keep them. They should still be intact after this weave. I should still have edges. This isn't very tight on my edges. He actually left like my important edges of my baby hair out. But anyways, like, you can trim your hair, because I leave some of my hair out. The top of this is my hair. This is all me. And I leave my hair out. I can trim it. You can trim it before you have it braided. And just that 3 months, you'll be surprised. Like, in 3 months, my hair probably... My sew-ins are growing out kind of fast now. But the last sew-in I had for like 2 months and maybe some change. And it was time for me to get a new one. And it was the way that I had it done that it was growing out faster. But it's a good way to grow back your hair. If your hair is like at an awkward length where you aren't sure what to do with it yet, it's a good way to grow back your hair. It's an excellent way to change the color. If you blend it right, you can change the color. It's a great way to like be versatile, have a different look for a couple months. Long hair, short hair, curly. Like, you just gotta take care of it. The only thing about sew-ins is go ahead and cash out for the hair. I think the best like sew-ins are the people who do them in the shops, the people who've been doing them for years. But if you have a friend who does them, as long as the braids are tight and whatever, like, get the good hair. Go ahead and pay for good hair. Like, really. Because if you get cheap hair, you're going to wish you didn't have a sew-in. First of all, it's hard to maintain cheap hair. The cheaper the hair, I'm not even going to lie, the cheaper the hair, the lower the quality. Now, I have gotten hair on sale. It was originally like hair that's a little more expensive, and it was on sale, like, I don't even know. It was just on sale. And I think it was something that the store was doing where they weren't getting shipment or something. I don't know. Or they got overstocked. I don't know. But the hair was on sale. That was pretty cool. But if you're going to get hair, like, get the expensive hair. It's going to last longer. It's not going to get tangled. You don't have to do so much to maintain it. Like, you have to maintain the hair. Like, you want to keep its shine and its texture. Yes. But... you know, maintaining it and stuff, you can go and get your sew-in tightened. They will wash it. They will trim the ends because the hair will split. The cuticle will split. It has been cured. It has been taken care of. But if you keep it long enough and put enough heat on it, it will split a little bit, just like your hair does. And there is a spray that I use that seals the ends and doesn't keeps it from splitting. But I think the sew-in has done great things for my hair. My hair is growing so nicely, and if I wanted to, I could probably go sew-in free, and my hair would probably be about here, in a bob. I would have it in a bob, maybe about here. The only thing is, I have not mastered the art of keeping my whole head straight, and I feel like if I take a sew-in out, I'm not ready to possibly have to get a perm, or possibly have to keep my hair pressed, and possibly always have to go to the shop. Maybe in the winter, but in the summer, I don't see me doing it. I feel my hair is very sensitive to humidity. I just don't see it happening for me. I'm sorry. So, and I'm also going on a trip in July, so probably after my trip, I'm probably going to have them tighten this. It's so tight. It's not moving. It's so tight. It feels great. But that's the best I can say. Like, the guy who did my hair is great, and I know what you can also see when your hair is growing out, because the braids will get looser. Your hair is growing, and I had a sew-in for like the same sew-in for like a whole summer. I got it in June, took it out in August. It was my first sew-in. My hair had to have grown an inch a month. And, you know, if you want your hair to grow, you got to keep it moisturized. Good hair comes from a good scalp. So keep the scalp skin. You have to know what works for you. If you have an oily scalp, you might want to put a little something on it, but you got to let your scalp breathe. You got to keep it moisturized. You got to keep your ends trimmed. All types of stuff. And it will grow. It will grow. It will grow. Just gotta and you gotta check your diet. If you eat right too, your hair will grow. So, I mean, and like, I feel like my diet has been pretty good, because I see my hair growing My nails are growing stronger. Now, granted, I do wear acrylics. My nails grow stronger, longer, faster. So I really do think it's a health thing also, and that my hair is really catching back, and that's the best. I know it's a long video, but I can really say that I really like sewing. Um, and if you really starting to like, if you have much shorter hair, I would suggest possibly getting braids or working your shorter hair. Now the thing about braids is, micros and stuff, the thing about those is I don't like them. I've never had them and I do not like them personally because they're cute and they're really convenient, especially in the summer. They're cute and everything, but the only thing is they pull on your edges. And if you have thin hair, pulls on your edges, messes up your edges, and your hair doesn't get the moisture it deserves. You gotta really take care of your braids for you to take out your braids and for your hair to really grow. Some people's hair grows like wildfire with braids, but the majority of people I know who did the braids thing experienced some damage around their edges, and also their hair grew unevenly and also broke off. So that's about all I can say about that. But for some people, you gotta know what kind of hair you have. For some people, that works. I also would suggest just working your short hair. Like, be secure with yourself and just work your short hair. Like, serious. Like, just get a cool style. I feel like if the shorter your hair, the more you can do with it. The best I can do with this is curl it and pull it back and stuff like that. But I feel like with short hair, you can really do a lot with it. And I thought about going very short. I also thought about shaving the side of my head and doing like a Amber Rose worthy side, Cassie side, but those days are, I changed my mind clearly, and I like having edges, so, but, you know, like, I feel like there's more you can do with short hair, and you gotta really, my mom told me, the reason I got a sew-in is because my hair is at a stage of length where I either need to cut it all off or grow. So I chose to grow it because I know that I have good hair, healthy hair. Good hair is healthy hair, by the way. I know that I had healthy hair, and I know that all it needed was a little So the sewing really allowed my hair to grow. It allowed me to have hair, more hair, like the same amount of hair, but very tame. Didn't have to worry about humidity so much. Like, it's really convenient. And I don't know how well they work on people with much shorter hair. But, you know, go to a salon. Go to a salon and see what they can do for you. Really. And get your hair to a length where you can get a sew-in, or where it's healthy enough where you can get a sew-in. And I'm all for it. Excuse me. Alright, this video is incredibly long. But, yes, healthy hair is good hair, and if you're going to get any kind of weave, I suggest sew-ins. Definitely suggest them. Alright, on to the next video. Bye, guys.